how different do you think SCW is from other federations? And do you think because they're so unique in their own way is probably why they don't get that much recognition that they do deserve, honestly?
Yeah, I think that's exactly it. Because some people, especially, it's kind of a, what's the right word for it? It's Stockholm syndrome for pro wrestling. I've seen it for years. Um, people will people complain so much about APRW in their women's division and how Ken handles things and this and that, and they would still go back and they would still pull up servers, no sweat. You want to know who else did that? ECW, and they also filled up servers. And I'm not talking about this recent one by the one that's associated with Federation Online. I'm talking about the Zane one because that was just like APRW except 8 times worse. And when I say exactly not to insult APRW, but to insult ECW because that's how they saw they could get ahead by just copying stuff that other federations did. And it was not original. It had the ECW name, but nothing was ECW about it. It was just very like a Walgreens version of APRW, and it was trashy. It was they did things for shock value, which APRW would do a lot. It wasn't. They tried too hard to be just like these other places, and it worked because that's what people are used to, you know. And people complain about it each and every single week. I'd see some post about it while I'm hosting VCW, mind you. People complain about it, and they still go because they're used to it. And I mean, I feel like that's just more on the community itself. They're too scared to branch out and try other things. I think the respect that DXW and RPW and UXW and all these other places get when they end is insulting because yes, they're getting their respect, but it's at the tail end. And I saw it so often at DXW's thing. I saw it at RPW. A bunch of people were like, man, I really wish I went there earlier. I wish I was able to enjoy this so much earlier than I did because now I missed out on all these fun things. Exactly, because you didn't want to try it. It's not like it was hidden. It was there. It was always there. It was there for years. We wouldn't have reached Wrestle Kingdom like what 3 or 4? I can't remember which one we were on when we ended. But people didn't want to go to it because it was too different. Either now, granted, UXW was a little bit of a different case because they do things very late, like at 9 or 10. They have the JHW curse because they also host late. But they're still a quality show for people who can go. But for the places like DXW, places like RPW, they had no excuse. They had absolutely none. They chose not to go because they saw it as too different. They Japanese style, or it was too late, or it would look nice. He would bust his tail to make everything look nice for them specifically. Looking at the exact same stuff that I enjoy about pro wrestling, they did, but other people didn't want to do it because it wasn't what they were used to. VCW struggled with that. I think I was very much a fan of like the in between ruthless aggression and attitude era mindset when I was doing VCW, with obviously hints of ECW. That's what I based it off of with the logo and everything. But it wasn't like APRW in certain aspects. We didn't have all the same champions. We didn't always focus heavy on storylines, but it was fun. I mainly wanted it to be just fun for people who came. And guys like Brock can attest to that because he had the most fun at VCW compared to an APRW. And I say this with absolute confidence. And he was in the Hall of Fame for APRW. And he still says VCW is the best. He also was in that Hall of Fame too. But again, the federation that everyone points out, it's just it's frustrating to say the least, you know.
Thanks for watching that video, and hey, if you like what you see, we've got tons of content right here on the Roblania Network. We hope you like, comment, and subscribe.